why I say this, okay? When I look at the Russell Westbrook situation, all right, I applaud Russell Westbrook because if I knew that the organization that I'm signed to right now is trying to actively trade me for Kyrie Irving, there's no way in hell that I'm even around any one of them. Now, here's the thing. Russ actually wants out because he know that the Lakers want Kyrie Irving, and we all know that the Lakers want Russ out and that they want Kyrie Irving. And I said this last week that they have to be very, very careful that if they don't get Kyrie Irving, how are they going to get Russell Westbrook to buy back in and to get the best version of himself after what he displayed and how the fans reacted and what he went through last year while playing for the Lakers?
Well, Wendy, it's pretty easy, right? They've said they want him to be a screener and a corner three shooter, which neither of which are part of his skill set, right? So, Wendy, is this what's going to happen here, right? I mean, the world has already traded Westbrook for Kyrie, right? The Twitter has moved past that. But is it actually going to happen?
You know, what I have to say about this game is that I don't know what was going through Russ and LeBron's head. I'm not going to try, but I know that every Laker who was in the building, you saw the video of Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka coming over. Every other Laker in the building came over to say hello to LeBron because that's what you do when he's in the building. Even Leon Rose, the president of the Knicks, who LeBron fired as his agent a decade ago, came over to say hello. And his teammate, and if you remember a year ago, everything LeBron and Westbrook did, they were like absolutely arm in arm throughout the entire lead up to the season. So there's no doubt that you can see the erosion of their relationship here. We know that Westbrook at the end of the season talked about how he felt LeBron and Anthony Davis gave lip service and letting him play his game. We also know that, of course, LeBron wants the roster upgraded to include Kyrie Irving, and that means Russell Westbrook. This is all on the table, and you're seeing the chill that is in the air right now in July before we get even to training camp in September. The challenge of this situation is that Russell Westbrook has no market and Kyrie Irving has no market, and the trade for each other doesn't make either team happy, and so we're going to sit here and watch this play out.
I wanted to get RC and Dominique in on this because it's just endlessly fascinating in so many different ways. And RC, as one who has basically committed The Last Dance to memory, as I know you have, you understand the way championships in the NBA work, and this doesn't feel like it. What do you think of this whole thing?
Well, first off, guys, I would be more concerned if LeBron James and Mrs. Savannah James were at a game and didn't talk to each other and didn't sit together, because that's how, guys, that's how we're acting right now. Listen, you can read whatever you want to into their interaction, but the truth is the truth. Russell Westbrook did not play well there last year. Russell Westbrook did not fit with what LeBron James wanted to do. But I thought, at least in my estimation, in my small basketball mind, I thought we knew that before the season. I thought we knew that when the trade was made from the Washington Wizards. And now when it doesn't work, everybody wants to be mad. We want to change relationships. We want to sit in different places. No, we know that the Lakers have to improve this roster, and part of that improvement in LeBron James's mind is getting Kyrie Irving. Anybody who's known anything about Russell Westbrook knows that's not going to sit well with him, knows he don't play game, knows that he doesn't fake. So why am I going to fake a kiki, a hee-hee, and shoo-shoo all in your face when I know what you want? And that's what Russell Westbrook is doing. I respect
Nick, go ahead.
No,
I mean, first,
I don't. Go ahead.
Big Perk, go ahead. You're raising your hand. I should call on you. Go ahead. Yeah.
First of all, I demand that the producer stop showing that shot that hits the side of the backboard. That's just rude. Like, he hit the side of the backboard one time. Y'all keep showing that nonsense like it's representative of Russell as a player. That's not fair. And, okay, a couple times, but not enough times to keep showing it like it's representative. But I do think that I understand RC saying like a small basketball mind, but this story is no longer about basketball to me because it's about ego. And we all understand how big these guys' egos are, and they deserve it. They deserve having these huge egos. He's a former MVP. So the idea of trying to get everyone to coexist after going through the season that they have in the offseason. Like, if I'm Russ too, I'm thinking I'm a damn MVP. I'm not going to go walk over and kiss the ring of LeBron James, who is actively, at least presumably, actively trying to get me moved. So yeah, that makes sense. What they're going to do when the season comes around, I don't know if it matters, because if they're all happy and playing as well as they possibly can, it's still not a championship contender.
At least for now. Kyrie Irving is in the news because of rumors that the Lakers would be interested in bringing Kyrie to LA with a reunion with LeBron James. But new Laker coach Darvin Ham is apparently good with the team he has. Here's what he had to say. Quote, "We love everyone on our roster, and until you're not on our roster, you're ours, and we're going to try to get better with the group that we have. That's just the bottom line of it. I don't know a player that's come through this league in my 26 years that hasn't had their name part of a trade rumor a time or two. But it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast of our business." Interesting. Well, when you look at this roster as it currently stands for the Los Angeles Lakers, not exactly blowing me away as I look up and down at this. We have to acknowledge the fact that, as it stands right now, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James, they return. They will be combined making $129.5 million, which is the most amongst any trio in the NBA. So now we bring back Wendy and Perk. And Wendy, I have a question for you. We all saw what happened at Summer League. Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, both in the building at the same time. But what is LeBron James' thought process with all of these trade rumors surrounding Russell Westbrook?
So LeBron absolutely wants the Lakers to improve their roster. I think that's natural. You wouldn't be surprised in anybody saying that. LeBron is interested in the possibility of playing with Kyrie Irving. Now, it's not that he has an undying desire to play with him again, but he realizes there's a limited number of players the Lakers can acquire, and Kyrie is far and away the best one. But I have been told that it isn't that LeBron is absolutely shoving the Lakers into that trade. He knows, the team knows where he stands. He certainly wants the roster to improve so he can get better, but he is not banging on the door. He just wants the Lakers to have the best chance to win as possible. So I think the Lakers are aware of that. They were aware of that last winter when they didn't make a trade at the trade deadline, and they are aware of it now, and we'll see how it develops. And it is also worth pointing out that LeBron is extension eligible beginning on August 4th. And so if the Lakers have not done a significant trade between now and August 4th, that might be a factor in what LeBron thinks about, but you can't really be sure until we get there, so we'll see.
Oh, I love it when we get to the part of the summer where we start discussing LeBron James's relationship with his team, and we are officially there. Perk, Westbrook has been rumored with the Pacers, rumors in a deal with the Nets. How does he deal with that psychologically? With Darvin Ham saying he's on the team, he's on the roster, we need to fit him in, but it seems like he's being rumored to be moved.
Well, you have to realize this, right? Russell Westbrook is a former MVP. Russell Westbrook is, in my eyes, is a top 30 greatest player of all time. Russell Westbrook is also a very prideful individual. And although he may not come out and say it publicly, I know Russell Westbrook. He's emotional. This is bothering him. And to be honest with you, Jacoby, we're talking about how much the Lakers are looking to search probably to get Kyrie Irving and trade Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, the feelings is mutual. He's out there as well trying to get out of L.A. Why would you want to stay somewhere that you're not wanted? And I don't blame Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is not going to change his game for anybody. Russell Westbrook is a guy that needs the ball in his hands to be successful. He's not a guy that's going to be able to change this late in his career to play off the ball. And it's not a knock on Russ. All it is that he just don't fit alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's all it is.
Wendy, when Darvin Ham had the press conference, he was talking about how he was going to run with this team, and this is going to be the big three. I was convinced that they were going to try to give it a go. However, Perk just said it is mutual, that they both sort of want to make this work, not with each other. Has Russell Westbrook already played his last game as a Laker?
Not necessarily. I think Russell Westbrook is willing to give it a try. Darvin Ham is willing to give it a try. Do we honestly think that it's going to work? No. I mean, one of the things that Darvin Ham talked about in his discussion yesterday on NBA TV was that he wants Russell Westbrook to be a screen setter. Well, I had our stats folks look it up. Russell Westbrook played 78 games last year. You want to guess how many screens he set in 78 games? He set 57. 57 screens. Now look, that's maybe because the offense didn't call for it. I'm not saying he won't set a screen. He said he wants him to be a corner three-point shooter. Well, he was a 29% catch-and-shoot three-point shooter last year. Now, he did shoot okay in the corner. He shot 45% in the corner. So I'll bet Russ is working on setting screens. I'll bet he's in the gym working on those corner threes. But just because two sides want it to work doesn't mean that it will. But I do think that there is good faith between Darvin Ham and Russell Westbrook right now. Whether that means that he's going to be a Laker, that's a different conversation.
Kirk, why you have that face
so
on?
you mean so you're telling me that Darvin Ham basically want Russell Westbrook to be a smaller PJ Tucker? That's what you're telling me right now. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's just not going to happen.